G'day guys, Dylan from the Beta Network here. Today we're going to take a look at a cute side-scrolling narrative-based indie game that really pulls at the emotional strings. So why not take a seat aboard this ghost train as we answer the question, should you play What Comes After? What Comes After is a charming little side-scrolling game that follows the main character, Vivi, on a train ride to the afterlife. You start by seeing her rush onto a train, talk to a few random passengers, and try to find a seat, only to do what many of us have done before and fall asleep on the train. When she opens her eyes, she realizes that she's not in Kansas anymore. With the help of a few people, she learns that she has somehow jumped aboard a train transporting the deceased to what comes after. The game starts by getting you to talk to people's ghosts, to either discover how they managed to be in this situation, or to try and add some comfort before they arrive at their destination. And maybe, just maybe, Vivi will learn something about herself. Let's be honest here, once you get started, the gameplay never really moves away from the side-scrolling aspect. The only part that evolves is the story, which keeps getting a little more interesting the deeper you go. In saying this though, there are a couple things I didn't expect. What surprised me the most is that you meet more than just humans aboard the train. You find yourself talking to not only people, but animals and plants as well. And oh man, are the animals cute. I thought this was interesting, especially to view death from the perspective of the animals and plants. Not to mention that most of the plant life had rather salty attitudes, due to feeling neglected and overlooked whilst they were alive. I wonder if they are trying to make a subtle point. Apart from being able to talk to almost everyone and everything, there are three main characters to converse with that give you more than the average 2-second convo. The baby, the old tree, and the cat that sits on your lap. These three are the more meaningful characters and are brought in to really stir up those emotions.
My emotions! My emotions!
None of these were my favourite though. My favourite character was the chef, because he comes out with some of the best lines in the game. If you've been enjoying this video so far, please like and share this review and hit that subscribe button as well as the bell icon next to it. Each sub really helps to grow our channel, meaning we can bring out more videos just like this every week. Thanks for your support. This game does a really good job pulling at your heartstrings. However, it loses a little bit with its dialogue. Maybe I'm just being a little nitpicky, but the conversations occasionally felt off with grammatical errors and incomplete sentences. Not to mention the main gist of the story was a little too direct, almost to the point where it felt forced. To be fair though, this is the only blemish on an otherwise very enjoyable game. The game's music and art style were perfect, especially the music. Now, are they the best I have ever experienced? No. But they are exactly what they need to be. The visual presentation is adorable and really played into the side-scrolling gameplay. Plus, with the game trying to play with your feelings all the time, it is so hard to not shed a tear when listening to how an adorable puppy passed away. Now, from the very second you get onto the menu screen, the music sets the whole tone for the game. It does an amazing job of feeling quite pulled back and simplistic, while also having an eerie overtone to play into what the game is all about. Now, an important aspect of a serious story is to have comical moments, to break up the tension. This game does a great job of that as well, with little comments from passengers, to jokes from the chef, to the attitudes of the plants. You're definitely in for at least a chuckle. What's important to note is that even though it has comedy, the story never really stirs away from the point it's making. Life is special, so don't throw it away. It really tries to show that life matters, while also tackling a serious issue that affects many people today. Not to mention that when you get to the end of the game, you can't help but get a little emotional. So should you play What Comes After? I would say yes. If you can look past some of the dialogue and the pushy nature of the story, you will enjoy the game for what it is. A short, beautiful story about how important life is, while also showing that death is not the end. You will laugh, you will cry, and most of all, you will love Chef. What do you guys think about what comes after? Do you think the dialogue was clunky? Did the story take you on a journey of laughter and tears? Let us know in the comments below. Plus, head on over to our website, thebeardenetwork.net. We feature all our videos and publish weekly articles as well as a fortnightly podcast. So why not have a squiz at thebeardenetwork.net for gaming news and reviews.